Hi, let me talk a bit about costs and prices. Prices perform three functions. They transmit information, they provide an incentive to adopt cheaper production methods, and finally, they determine who gets how much. Playing with prices is disastrous. Making anything artificially cheap usually means it will be wasted, whatever that thing might be, and wherever that might be located. Take the minimum support price. Minimum support price is by principle artificial pricing, and it interferes in the market methods. As a colonial hangover, we see the government as a parent. Sadly, parents tell us what is socially acceptable in the present, not what is in the best long-term interest for us. The same applies for the government, telling us the prices of goods. People want to offload responsibility to the government. Why does the government not set up MSP for combs, for cakes, for cars? Just because the cake industry has not lobbied for it, or it does not politically matter? The same logic and concepts apply here too. Who does not want to join the ultimate giver? Hence, one reason and aspiration of most young is to be one in the government. The information technology industry has largely succeeded because it has little interference from the government. In all this, society always pays the full cost, regardless of whether prices are charged or not charged to individuals. We can speculate about the reasons, but there is no escaping reality. The subsidy state is the oldest con game in the world. Subsidy can give you money, but it cannot give you job experience that will move you ahead economically. There are no dead-end jobs. There are only dead-end people. Our current social philosophy and the subsidy state apparatus based on it are creating more dead-end people. Too often, those opposed to discrimination are also opposed to free markets, and that makes discrimination more costly. They do not think beyond stage one. As long as millions of Indians vote on the basis of who gives them free stuff, our freedom is likely to be eroded bit by bit. Freedom is unlikely to be lost all at once and openly. It is likely to be eroded always bit by bit amid glittering promises and expression of noble ideas. Another price destruction mechanism is minimum wage. The real minimum wage is always zero. It is not rocket science that when you are unemployed, your wages are zero, regardless of what the minimum wage law specifies. Yet, hard evidence shows that minimum wage laws creates disastrous levels of unemployment among people, and we still do not course correct. Does the government set minimum price for any item in the supermarket? Setting a minimum wage is an artificial effort. It destroys market. Anyways, how much is a good minimum? Why not rupees 100, rupees 200, rupees 10,000? Any answer to this is not driven by economics but by non-market concerns. When you set a minimum wage higher than what many inexperienced young people are worth, they don't get hired. When 90% people in India are unskilled and you set a minimum wage, you block all roads. In the first place, one cannot be hired because he is not skilled. And now you force people to pay an artificial price. It breeds a more informal workforce. The minimum wage law is just cleverly misnamed. What many inexperienced and low-skilled people receive as a result of this legislation is zero minimum wage. In the next video, I'll talk about equal opportunities do not produce equal outcomes. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it.